Hello, Lori here. I am going to film a little bit of a project share today. This is a project that I am sending to my sister. She just recently opened a P.O. box, and I'll tag her in the description below. And she's been doing, Happy Mail openings, and so I figured I would make her this Happy Mail for her to open on camera. She requested an anatomy themed mail, and if you saw a previous episode, you will have seen that I had done a similar anatomy themed mail about 2 months ago. Anyway, this one is a little bit different, but it turned out so awesome, and I can't wait for her to get it. I'm not going to share this until after she receives it and films it, so it's going to be a little while before I get this up on my channel. But anyway, it is about 95 degrees in here. I had to shut the windows so that the birds are quieter. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up and show you what I've made here. So on the front cover, you can see I created these slide flaps using I believe I got it on Amazon. It's a cutting die for my Big Shot, Sizzix Big Shot. It's not a Sizzix brand, it's an off-brand. But anyway, I cut out these slides with Tim Holtz backdrop papers. I did some stamping with the Tim Holtz stamps, and I'll try to link things in the description below if I remember. These have some cellophane in them, and the stuff inside is removable. They're like little pockets. So, for example, there's little ephemera like these die cuts. The vintage anatomy illustrations are from an Etsy seller called PixelMarket. I bought a digital set and printed them myself, cut them out. These, which are the backdrops behind these digitals, I did kind of a collage masterboard using labels that are they're also from PixelMarket. They're apothecary labels, apothecary jar labels. And I just plastered a bunch of them on a made sheet and then cut them up to fit into these little pockets. Give you another example here if I can get this out. Here's another digital. And she can take these out and use them as she wishes. And here's another one you can see. They're just cut up. I pasted them to a piece of cardstock. I'll put these back in later. This little label's from the Tim Holtz ideology. A lot of what I used is from Tim Holtz. These little clips are Tim Holtz. These little bones are Tim Holtz. This fabric tape is Tim Holtz. So if you untie these little strings, it's going to free up the bones. So these open up like so. Before I go any further, I want to say that this main piece was inspired by Barbara of Buy Bar Paper Lover on Instagram and on YouTube, and I will link her in the description box below. Her piece that this was inspired by had tags that slipped out and that was forming the closure. There was a string here and it attached the tag, and then the tag slipped into the slide to close it. So I altered my design and added these little bone handles. And on the backs of each slide is a little pocket decorated with some ephemera and includes little bits and pieces of ephemera for Franny to use in her own designs. There's tickets, and all of this is Tim Holtz stuff. Some of it's from most of it's from Ideology. These marquee plastic letters are Tim Holtz, and I stapled them. And then these little bottles are Tim Holtz from I think they're called layers or something like that. I colored them with some distress ink and attached some labels. And then this opens up. So you can see this flap has an image of one of the anatomy illustrations, some Ideology. These slides were an afterthought. I bought a digitals set from DigitalsMandragora on Etsy. I'll link them down below, where this is all just a digital piece that I printed out on my printer, and I printed this slide image on vellum, so it has kind of a see-through texture. And I just affixed those with tiny paper clips from Tim Holtz. Here's another one of those slides with an image of a heart. This flap opens up, and there's another slide with some lungs and another picture and some more Ideology ephemera. This is removable. So as you can see, this is a scrapbook paper from Tim Holtz. I can't remember the line. I made this card with some cardstock. This is, if you take all of this stuff out of here, I kind of took the digitals and backed them with some black matting. So that's what all of these are. And then there's just some regular printables, the rest of the printables that I didn't use, so she can use those for whatever. There's a couple more of those matted digitals. And then as you can see, the backdrop of this is the rest of that masterboard that I had made with the apothecary labels. So I just glued them all on and then cut it out. These are some pockets that I created. And then, if you close this back up, hopefully, on the back side, I created a pocket using some Tim Holtz stamps. And I included some more slides that she could use herself if she wanted to. And just a write-up of where the inspiration came from of my piece and where I got the digitals. And here are some vellum pieces that I didn't use. for her to use. Yes, I absolutely adore how this came out. It was so fun to make. So much fun. I just absolutely adore it. I told her she can never throw this away. It took me 2 days to create it, and I love it. It turned out great. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more walkthroughs like this of things that I'm creating, go ahead and leave me a comment. And of course, if you want to be updated on my future uploads, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the little bell to notify you of future videos that come down the line. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!